Hello everyone, my name is Pino. In this video, we are going to solve for x and y simultaneously in this set of linear equations using matrices. The first step is for us to isolate the coefficients of the x and y from the variables. And if this is our equation 1, then this should be our equation 2. In this row, we are going to have equation 1. And in this other row, we are going to have equation 2. We have the 5 as the coefficient of the x, and that 2 as the coefficient of the y. In this column, we are going to have the coefficient of x, and in this, we are going to have the coefficient of the y. From the second equation, the coefficient of the x is equal to 3. And still from this equation, the coefficient of the y will be equal to -1. And this will be equals to, so now we isolate the constants, and when we isolate the constants, we have to make sure that they are on the right hand side, since we have to take them with their signs. So from the first equation, from equation 1, we have the 17, the positive 17 as the constant, and from the second equation, we have the positive 8 as the constant. We determine first what we call the determinant of the coefficients of the variables, and we have the 5 and the 2 and the 3 and the -1, which we extracted from the variables, and this will be equals to 5 multiplied by that -1. We have the 5 and the -1, and we minus this from the 2 multiplied by 3, so we go diagonally. So here we have the 2 multiplied by the 3. So the determinant of the coefficients will be equal to 5 multiplied by -1, which is equal to -5, minus 2 multiplied by 3, which is equal to 6, and this will be equal to -11. The first determinant that we determined was the determinant of the coefficients, which we determined as the -11. And now we determine the determinant of the x, and this side we determine the determinant of the y. Remember, this one that we determined first was the determinant of the coefficients of the x and y. For the determinant of the x, this was the column of the x, so we are going to take this coefficient of the x and replace them with the constant 17 and the 8 in order for us to determine the determinant of the x. So in the column of the x, we are going to have the 17 and the 8, and we have still that 2 and the -1. And for the determinant of the y, we are going to replace the column of the y. The 2 and the -1 were from the coefficient of the y. We replace them with that 17 and the 8, and we leave the 5 and the 3. The determinant of the x will be equals to the 17 multiplied by that -1, so we go diagonally again, and this time around we have that 17 and the -1, which we minus with the 2 multiplied by the 8. The determinant of the x will be equal to 17 multiplied by -1, which is equal to -17, minus 2 multiplied by 8, which is equal to -16. So the determinant of the x will be equals to negative 33. On this side, we determine the determinant of the y. We multiply the 5 and the 8. And we minus this with the 17 multiplied by that 3. So the determinant of the y will be equals to 5 multiplied by 8, which is equals to 40, minus 17 multiplied by 3, which is equals to 51. So the determinant of the y will be equals to 40 minus 51, which is equals to negative 11. In order for us to determine x, we are going to divide the determinant of the x with the determinant of the coefficients. In order for us to determine y, we divide the determinant of the y with the determinant of the coefficients. So our x will be equals to the determinant of the x we determined as negative 33, and the determinant of the coefficients we determined as negative 11. So our x will be equals to negative 33 divided by negative 11, which is equals to 3. And for y, the determinant of the y we determined as negative 11. We divide it by the determinant of the coefficient, which we determined also as negative 11. So our y will be equals to negative 11 divided by negative 11, which is equals to 1. So we have determined the value of x to be equals to 3 and the value of y to be equals to 1. Thank you guys for watching up until this point. If you have any questions, do drop them in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe, like and share the channel if you find this content useful.